Hello and welcome. I am Dani Walker. Today we're going to be talking about how accurate my predictions were for Miss Universe 2020, if at all. Today's episode is brought to you by Rehearsed to Relatable. Ladies, if you are preparing for a pageant, check this out. This is where you are going to learn how to stand out in the interview room. If you want to hear more, just click the description below. If you're brand new to my channel, I hope that you're going to also consider subscribing and hitting that notifications bell. I've never done an episode like this before, but I was thinking it would be a really cool idea to go back and check out my commentary for the contestants this year at Miss Universe. As I mentioned in my final show recap, I said that I wasn't really surprised by the contestants that placed in the top 21 because they were contestants that did stick out to me that I noticed, but I was wondering what in the world did I actually say about them in other episodes, and I want to know how my predictions really stacked up to their performances. She has a great walk. She's going to have beautiful wardrobe. She looked stunning when she competed at her national competition. And the only thing that I'm looking at that I think that they could work on would be more personality in her answers. I felt like there wasn't a lot of expression when she was speaking on stage, and I think you need that at Miss Universe. She shared this message of being strong, brave, and confident. I feel like this was very on brand for Miss Universe, and she has a really great grasp of what she wants to share about going forward in the competition. But if you really follow the pageant, you'll see that the contestants that are highly promoted leading up to the pageant or during the show in B-roll footage are the ones that we typically see placing in the semifinals. We've just really seen that consistently, that these contestants who are handpicked to work with sponsors are usually the ones that are going to be placing in a semifinal. The expression is really soft, but she also, to me, is giving that vibe of like, game on, I'm ready, I'm here for the crown. You're gonna see here too, the editing here is flawless for her hair, her makeup, her skin, just everything is perfect and not over retouched. This is just such a captivating image, and she just looks like she's laser focused on the crown here. She was the first contestant this year for swim that really just kind of made me jump out of my seat when I saw her. This performance brought the perfect amount of energy and sexy and playfulness, and I loved it. This gown surprises me for Miss Universe. It doesn't surprise me so much for Miss Colombia because she also wore a fully rhinestoned out colorful sheer gown at her national competitions. This is very much her. The performance, fabulous. I mean, you really don't expect any less from Colombia, right? She's an advocate for Alzheimer's and also an advocate for women. I felt like her video was so quick. She's really fun to listen to, and she's the contestant you just want to hear more from. I talked about this after her national competition, and I said that I think that they should really devote some time to strengthen her walk, and I see it. I see it tonight. The hair, the makeup, the eyes that match the swimsuit. This entire swimsuit performance was on for me. Great facials by France. That's what I love that she's really working here. I also love that she had a very different type of updo and hairstyle. We're seeing the slicked back look a lot. It's very trendy. It's come into trends in pageantry recently more. And I just love that she had a different type of updo. The gown is haute couture, and it is very just like, oh, she's just like French and she's luxe and she's just like walking off the runway in Paris, and I loved that. I would still though, even though I loved all of that for her, I would like to see a different gown for finals, just because when she raises her arms, it pulls the sides of the dress and it widens it out and it makes my eye go there. So I would prefer just to see her in something that's going to be a little bit more form-fitted to show her shape for finals, but fabulous. She did them proud tonight. What a phenomenal performance, and what I love is that it's all in her eyes. Her eyes were so expressive and so beautiful, and she really nailed it tonight. She wore a very simple red gown. It wasn't anything that we haven't seen before, but the styling of it was beautiful, and I will say this, she just reminded me of a celebrity stepping out on a red carpet. She did not need that much to stand out because she is so stunning on stage. She's also competed in the Miss America organization. I believe that that experience with interview and on-stage questions is what really got her that Miss USA crown this year, because she's obviously beautiful and has great performances. I think that we could strengthen the walk a little bit more. I think it could be a little bit more fierce, and I really hope that she is going to have a great gown. I think that in recent years, that's where USA has faltered, is we haven't wowed anybody with our on-stage competition wardrobe. This is a really, really beautiful image. What I really appreciate about it is that we're seeing her natural beauty. She's not covered in makeup, which is a look in itself. Like, no hate against a full makeup look. Like, I love that too. And this ends up making her stand out to me just because she went the opposite way of any other contestant by toning things down and really showcasing that natural beauty. I was blown away by the growth that I've seen from her swimsuit performance at nationals to this swimsuit performance. The face, when the camera hit it, oh my gosh, the walk, her turns have gotten so much better, and she glowed and she lit up that stage for swimsuit. She is basically a walking expert. She's a professional model specifically for runway, so I cannot wait to see what she brings to the stage for walking and posing. She also speaks English. This is something that we have seen in recent years that IMG seems to favor in title holders. I think this is probably one of the reasons that she was selected as the national representative for Indonesia, and she is coming in hot with all of her wardrobe. I can see them putting so much preparation into her. Yeah. This just might be my favorite headshot this year. I just love it. She's so glamorous. The hair, the makeup. She has a really soft facial expression here. She's not even wearing earrings, but she's bringing a little bit of glam with her outfit. And I just love it. I think that she immediately captures your attention. And I think this is just a great example of a beautiful headshot for Miss Universe. I think of her as like the queen of the runway. Every time I see her, I just think of her on a runway. And I love this performance. I love the hairstyling for it. I just thought that she looked so beautiful, brought so much energy, and I was thrilled to see her doing this well. And it was a beautiful, beautiful pop of color on her. And she just carried this gown so well. What I liked is that it was just really unique. It was unique. We don't usually see green gowns, but this one was really well done and it suited her. Argentina did very, very well. This performance was so well done, but it is very safe, and sometimes you need to do something a little bit extra to stand out. So I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to get her into a semifinal. This gown with the mini puff sleeves and her performance in it, the way that she carried it, that's what really made this gown stunning. She came onto my radar much later, but she's doing an incredible job. She's really showing that she's very well prepared and that she is ready for the crown. She's been featuring her advocacy a lot, which is all about autism, which is it's a really, really great cause. And I just love this queen. She has been standing out to me for the past few weeks, and I'm really excited to see that she showed up early and has been really giving this her all. She's not just showing up the day before the pageant and crossing her fingers and hoping things work out well. She's still putting in that work all the way up until the competition, and I love that. I admire it. This look on her with this gown, the hair back, what a smart choice, okay? She has a stunning face, and this did it. This showed it off, but the performance, like, you just know in that gown, she must have just loved it. She must just put it on like, oh my gosh, it looks so fabulous, and she did fabulous. What's really great is that she has so much prep for hair, wardrobe, and makeup. She's going to look beautiful, no doubt, at the pageant. But where she really shines is when she gets to speak. So I'm hoping that she has that opportunity. I think that'll be really great for the Philippines, because Rabia speaks with so much conviction. When she talks, you can feel her heart, and I think that that's a huge asset. Rabia looked beautiful on camera, which honestly I expected. She had some really great footage. She shared that she's a teacher and also an advocate for education and how important it is, because it is this equalizer in societies. She also mentioned that it's important that a title holder is more than a pretty face and that women need to advocate for themselves, and I really liked that to wrap everything up. So I think that the reason that contestants are picked for these promotional spots is because of the skills, the qualities, and the specific talents they have. And because they possess those talents, that's why we later see them placing in a semifinal. So this is a really, really beautiful image. And honestly, one of the things that I love about this picture is her hairstyle, because this is a hairstyle I have tried to achieve so many different times and it's never worked. That like loose volume type of look with a little soft updo, it's never worked for me. And it's something that really drew me to this image. Also just the elegance of it, the elegance and how she's just carrying herself in this photo. It just reminds me of portraits of queens, right? Just like, here I am, so regal and elegant. And I love that. And I love the outfit. Very, very beautifully done and very captivating as well. Okay, so my heart was just so happy for her, especially after watching her Telemundo interview. And I just posted that episode commenting on it. But I loved it, and I feel like I've been really, really genuinely cheering for her because she just seems like the sweetest contestant. And this performance to me was stronger than her national performance, and she's really just shining, and I'm such a fan. I didn't even know what they were gonna put Ravia in. I didn't even dare to imagine, but this is not what I imagined. But I love the yellow because of her very dark hair and her tan skin. It pops. She just looks so beautiful, and it reminds me of the Filipino flag, like the sun. The earrings remind me of the sun, and I don't know if that's what this is all about, but Ravia girl, you are the center of my universe tonight. What a shock. Wow. She has not had that much time to prepare for Miss Universe, but I feel like her life experience has prepared her for this. So she did mention that she was on the X Factor in the UK and Britain's Got Talent, and essentially she was sort of a celebrity in her country, but she found herself just broke and living at home and not sure what she was gonna do. So she went after her educational goals, and now she works in business, negotiating six-figure deals, but oh my gosh, her confidence shines through in this video. She's so likable and relatable and just everything, and I really hope that she has some great wardrobe going in because she has potential to go right to a top 5. Nicaragua is an agro-industrial engineer, super unique, really, really cool. And she came from a very humble family, which I love about her. She stated it as a positive thing, and for me, it made her very relatable. Nicaragua really, really surprised me because she went for this really daring, bold black lip and this really embellished jacket. She did everything she could do. She was so fabulous, and she was in a really, really tough part of the show. I felt like I was seeing queen after queen after queen after queen, and I was loving everyone, and I loved her too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like when I saw her during the show, I was like, when is this fabulousness ever gonna stop? Will it ever stop? How are they ever gonna choose a queen? Gosh, this performance was so solid. It was so solid, and it's such a tough year. It's gonna really hurt me if she doesn't make a semifinal because these performances were so great. I love her so much. I want you to take a look at her images from her going to formal events where she is all glammed up, right down to her everyday outfits, her photo shoots that are probably for different brands or brand collaborations or work. I'm not exactly sure. Regardless of that, just look at the variation that she has. Could you imagine this girl's closet? I can't. It's just so elegant. It's so elegant. And she looks so, it's just so incredible in every single image, on every single red carpet. She was a little unexpected here. She talked about how she liked boxing, but also that she was a victim of sexual harassment. She was first runner-up at the Vietnam supermodel competition. She competed for Miss Vietnam twice. Before she won, she placed in the top 10. And I think she has a fabulous walk because she is a professional model. I think that I really, really want to see her play with some facial expressions on stage and show personality. I believe that she will be very beautifully dressed, just like last year's Miss Vietnam was. And Vietnam is one of the countries for me that I would love to see in a top 5. I see them working so hard, putting so much work into their title holders year after year that I'd like to see that work pay off for them. And who knows, this year could be the year. Vietnam, my friends, makes it look easy. She does. Do not be fooled. It is not easy to do what she did tonight. She looked incredible, incredible. I honestly, I have too many favorites now. Finally, another flowy gown. We didn't see very many of them this year, so when I saw Vietnam come out in it, I was really, really excited. It was very beautifully done, and the way that she knows how to work dresses is what worked for her. Because if you give a dress like this to a contestant that doesn't know what to do with a skirt like this, it could go south real quick. But it did not for Vietnam, and once again, she just rocked it. She was so phenomenal on stage. I loved her. Jamaica, wow, she is a professional runway model. She was predicted by so many to win her national competition, so I cannot wait to see her skills on the stage. My only concern for her is hair, makeup, and styling. I feel like that's been off in recent years for Jamaica. The last time that I really loved Miss Jamaica was in 2010 when they were first runner-up, and I just thought that their queen was so stunning. I wasn't a huge fan of the gown, but for some reason it really seemed to work on her, hence that placement that they ended up with, but I'd be excited to see them again in a top 5. She also unfortunately lost her mother, and she mentioned that, and she referenced the power of a mother and also the power of influence and being a role model, and it was just a really beautiful message, the way that she stated everything and how she spoke on camera, and all, she just gorgeous on top of that. So easy pick, but definitely a standout. Can you say legs for days? Yeah, Jamaica, stunning, and that confidence and the walk, you can see that she's a professional runway model. It shows. This is one of probably the best constructed gowns that I've ever seen on a Miss Jamaica, and I loved it. And if you look at the back too, it reminded me of like 90s Naomi in a Versace show type vibes, and I loved that, but it fitted her perfectly. The color was stunning. I love pink. I just loved it. I would love to see more of it in pageants. I think she looked everything. The hair back, everything. I think that she is incredibly underrated. She's kind of like going in under the radar, but oh my gosh, this video that she did, okay, was amazing. She's been accomplishing so much. She's working so hard, and she is someone that I see Australia placing this year, and everybody needs to start looking out for her. She is really working very hard, but she makes it look effortless. Love her style, but it's really well done. It's really well put together. We're seeing some variations for the hairstyles. Look at this photo shoot. Look at that red lip. Look at that wave in her hair. It's fabulous. I love it. Oh my gosh. She's just always ready apparently for an Instagram photo shoot. She looks fabulous. I don't like to make any assumptions, but I feel like because she had such a big feature in this video that she's really standing out to IMG, that they're seriously looking at her and considering her for the Miss Universe crown. So Maria looks stunning. I love that she's on trend with the puffy sleeves in this photo, but they're also not overwhelming in the image. So it shows that she's trendy, she's current, and she's the modern everyday woman, but she still is bringing all the attention to her face in this image, and she is just glowing. Her face and that body, just everything. She glows like Demi did. Love her. I definitely see Australia in a semifinal. This gown for me was not the gown for Miss Universe. It's a beautiful gown, very like red carpet, stunning. The fit for her was perfect. It's very her, it's her style, and I love it. I do want to see a different gown for finals. Fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping for. But as you know, it is the girl, not the gown, right? And this pose that she did, with that little closed leg transition, okay? All the facials, the minimal styling, so chic. Look at her. This image just makes me really happy. I think that she looks very photogenic here. She looks very approachable as well. The hair and the makeup is great. I don't feel like it's very overdone. She was first runner-up last year to Madison. So I know that it's hard to sort of feel like you're living in the shadow of a former title holder who is and has been so popular in the pageant industry. But I really think that this year's queen can hold her own. She's very intelligent. She has on-stage experience. I believe that Puerto Rico does such a wonderful job preparing their contestants, and I'm not sure this year about a top 5 placement because I do feel like there are quite a few very special girls this year, but I can definitely see them in a semifinal. She is living her best life in this moment, and it just makes me think of that moment that she was first runner up to Madison. Obviously you're proud of yourself, there's still that like, oh gosh, I wanted to win, and she waited for her time, and she was appointed for this title, and she is just, I just feel like she's living up to her fullest potential and has truly found a real confidence. Not confidence because of her face or her body, but confidence because she knows she's worthy. This color, oh my gosh, and that spin turn, was she the only one tonight to do a spin turn like that? I don't know if she was, but I was really waiting for a contestant to give us some kind of movement like that with the gown, and she did it, and she brought it, and like I said, it just really feels like she's comfortable in her skin, and that's so likable to me. Thailand to me is pretty much a total package. She just gives me a really, really good feeling. I can feel how much she wants to bring home that Miss Universe crown to Thailand. And I will say that her strength is definitely her walk and her facials. It's just, she blew me out of the water with her performances leading up to Miss Universe Thailand. The one area I think that needs to be strengthened that they really cannot neglect is her onstage question. She gets through them and they're okay, but they can be improved because we've seen that's where a lot of popular contestants at Miss Universe falter, and specifically we've seen that with Thailand. So they need to make sure that she is 100% ready for an onstage question. If they can do that, she could be our next Miss Universe. Love her. Just look at this. Look at the variation from her photo shoots to her appearances. The styling changes up, but it's always well done. She just always looks polished. She looks so put together for everything. I feel like we never see a hair out of place with her. Oh gosh, I love all of it. Her winning evening gown, I threw that one in here too because she looks amazing. Looks amazing. Thailand really surprised me. She talked about diving and spending time with her family, but I was really shocked that she did not focus on mental health, which is her advocacy. This is so beautiful. Something about this image, it just reminds me of the Miss Universe website. It looks so branded for that. Like it just blends in so perfectly, which maybe was strategy, but this is beautiful. The hair, I love the makeup in this shoot. It's really soft, kind of golden, and even the wardrobe and the earrings. It's very, very subtle. It shows off her natural beauty. Amanda did not disappoint for swimsuit. Oh my gosh, guys, this is what I was talking about. This is her strength, her eyes, her expressions. It's subtle, but it's perfect. It's just perfect. It's right on. She is a great, great, great performer. She also had more control here with her movement, a little bit more than what we saw at the national competition. She was taking some dance lessons and it showed. This gown was sexy in a very unexpected way. It because of how it fit on her body, it's what made it so sexy for gown. But the styling, the walk, the way she carried it, this is one of my favorite performances. I love that when Amanda is on stage, she gives you just a little bit and then always leaves you begging for more, right? Like I always want to see more of her when she is on stage. She works it. Just look at the expression in her eyes. It looks like she has a secret and it makes me want to know, well, what is it? I love that about her. She is so beautiful, so stunning. I honestly felt so terrible that I overlooked her in some of my other episodes. I did recently feature her in my best walk episode, but she is just so fierce, so fabulous, has a killer walk, and she's stunning. This is just such a beautiful image. The hair, everything about it just gets me. The styling of this, how they retouched her skin. It's not overdone. It's not too washed out. It's just beautiful. I love this image. She's stunned in yellow. She is so, so gorgeous. This performance was just everything. This gown was perfection on her. What a beautiful soft color, and the shape, it wasn't an especially original style. Like we've seen that shape before, right? but the way that it was done and the way that it fit her, and to me she's just one of the most gorgeous contestants this year. Also that beautiful glowing skin, and she really does not have to wear a ton of makeup to be stunning, and I love that about her. But the performance just Last year this country placed in the top 20, and this year I feel like they should place at least in the top 20. Kimberly is so stunning. Just seriously look at her. She's so captivating. She has a great walk. She's very fit. The only thing I'm not sure about is her speaking abilities. I think though that she definitely has that Miss Universe look, and that she is going to compete very, very well and not disappoint any of her supporters. If anyone would have a great image, it would be Dominican Republic, because she is so naturally beautiful. We have another contestant right here that probably cannot take a bad photo, and that's really evident here. So this one's a little bit unique. So it's kind of monochromatic. We have a lot of brown tones and dark tones going on, but it's really just simplified and it focuses on her face. And that's what I love about this. So I just love this entire look. We're really focusing on the neutrals here, but it's a very up close shot of her, which we don't always see in pageants. And because it's so up close, we're really able to focus on her facial beauty. The energy that she brought to the room, and the crowd loved it, and I love it. If I was a judge, she's getting a top score. This queen is so stunning that she showed up to Miss Universe with not a single rhinestone on that gown. Not a one, not a one, zero, okay? I don't know the meaning behind this gown. There was a print on the skirt of it, but honestly, I don't even care about the gown. She was just so beautiful, and she carried it so well, which surprised me. Because on another contestant, I probably would not have loved this entire look, but on her, my heart. She has my heart. I'm very excited about India. India has not won a Miss Universe title since 2000, and so many people think that they are long overdue, and I would agree. For years they've sent some pretty strong representatives, but this year's queen to me is exceptional with her speaking abilities. Of course she's beautiful, she has a phenomenal body, all of those things, that's fine and well, but those speaking abilities are really what captures the crown when you make it to that top 5, and I think that she has that. The only worry for me for her is the wardrobe. We have not seen India at the Universe competition staying up to date with their styling of their hairstyles or their gown. There's always something in recent years that has been just like a little bit off, but if they can get that formula right, if they can tweak that, she could be Miss Universe. After watching this video, it really kind of solidifies for me that India should be in a semifinal at the very least, if not a top 5. When I was watching her, her energy reminded me a lot of Zosie's last year, because I loved listening to Zosie speak on stage. It was just something that you sort of get wrapped up in, and then at the end of her interview, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it was over. It was just over so quick. And she was very heartfelt when she was talking about this, but this video just stood out to me. She just looked beautiful, and I wanted to continue listening to what she has to say. This image right here looks like it can go from a pageant headshot right to a campaign. I love this photo. She has a beautiful soft expression. The hair is blown out of her face, so we're really getting to see all of her facial beauty. And if you notice, even though she has a hand in this photo, it's placed very soft, very delicately. So ladies, if you're gonna put a hand in an image, you're really gonna have to get used to softening up that hand. Favorite swimsuit performance of the night, right here, India. That first moment of her on stage, that gaze into the audience and into the camera was everything. It was a moment. And the performance itself, the whole thing, was everything that I needed to see tonight. Wow. Who was listening in India? Who was watching my last episodes, friends? Wow, this is all we needed from India. That was it. I felt like in years past that the styling was just a little bit off. And if styling is not like your strong suit, then just go safe. Just give me something safe and work on the performance. And that's what I felt like we saw here. Beautiful gown, like nothing shocking, not like a new style that we haven't really seen before, but the hair was perfect. Okay, the shoes were great with this gown. The look itself, like the gold on her, which a lot of you suggested in other episodes when I was talking about, oh, what should she wear to Universe? And I was like, yes, totally great, gold, great on her. Those those colors and this look was perfect, and this is more than enough to get her into a semifinal. And because she's just killing it, and I think she probably had an awesome interview, I would guess a top 5. Wow, she was first runner-up Miss Tourism. She was third runner-up Miss Supranational. This queen is coming for the crown, I'm telling you. And from what I have seen, it looks like she's gonna have a really exceptional swimsuit walk. That was my favorite of her 2 walks, and that's necessary. She is so beautiful. I think she's one of the most photogenic contestants this year, and I can see her in a semifinal easily. She looked incredible in this episode. I think that she looks amazing on camera, and she's just impressing me more and more and more every single week. Her facials tonight were on. And I didn't expect anything less from this walk, honestly. I've talked about this in other episodes. When she came out, this made my heart go pitter-patter. Like, I took a gasp because it was so beautiful, and I love the styling of it, and she rocked it. She rocked it. That dress did not wear her. She wore that gown. Loved it. Brazil is someone who I'm really starting to pay attention to. She started an acting career in China, which is really unique. So apparently she is a movie star in China, but she also showed a lot of footage of her volunteering and giving back. And I think she's really, really great on camera. And for me, she's really moving up in my favorites. Brazil did not disappoint, but what I loved about this performance is this moment at the end where she just flipped her hair, and it was perfectly timed. It was everything. Brazil, you killed it. This is a typical Miss Universe gown. So like the stoned out rhinestone style, okay? I know nothing special there, okay? But it was her. It was her. She pulled off this gown. The gown did not overwhelm her, which also I don't love that when a gown eats a contestant on stage. But this gown was perfect on her, and her performance in it is what mattered. The moment she stepped out, she reminded me of a cross between Jimena and Crystal. Wow, the moment that she stepped on stage, she caught my attention, and I have to say her facials were on point. I think that our new Miss Universe Mexico is so fabulous. I think that she did a phenomenal job throughout the entire competition. I think that she is going to be a front runner. A lot of my favorites from my episode, which was talking about the best dressed Miss Universe contestants, made it into the first Fashion Week episode that Miss Universe released. Some of my other favorites made it in from that episode, and I will tell you who they are. This time, Panama and Mexico were included in the episode, and they both had speaking parts. Mexico really wowed me this year. There is something special about her. When I watched her compete, I think that she's so naturally beautiful, and she's so great with her on-stage performances, and from what I can see, with her speaking abilities as well. She was also first runner-up at Miss World. That's a huge accomplishment. She could potentially be another Catriona. Yeah, she's stunning. Watch out for Mexico. Mexico is not disappointing. Oh, so happy. So this is just a stunning image, and really I expect no less from her. She is a gorgeous contestant, and I'm like, how could she ever take a bad photo, essentially? But this is just so well done. Her styling is very simple, and you're really just focusing on her. She is a tourism ambassador, so she's really proud of where she's from, and she is an advocate for women's rights, and she wants other young girls to fight for their rights, which was really great. One of my huge favorites for the crown this year. And look at her, she's casual, she's ready for cocktail events. I even threw in her winning evening gown here just because I loved it so much. Look at this post-crowning interview outfit. Oh my goodness, wow. That shade of yellow on her. Stunning, stunning. Just everything, all of it. We're seeing variation in her hair, in her makeup, in the wardrobe, just everything. Fantastic. The glam, the casual, we've got it all. Yes, some people have noted she's been flying in under the radar a little bit, okay? We're kind of losing her in the mix during the competition, but not I. No, I have been remembering her, and she's stunning, and she was perfect here, and she wasn't over the top, but she really brought it to the stage. So stunning. This gown reminded me a bit of her national gown because she also wore something with all these stones and a mixture of colors. So it's very her, and it's kind of like bringing a piece of nationals with her that worked. But the gown style was everything. The performance was fabulous and I loved it. And I'm so proud of her. And I really want to see her at least in the semifinal, judges, at least. Those were my thoughts on the contestants. Let me know what you thought about this episode. If you want to see more like it, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So thank you so much for joining me for this one, and I am looking forward to bringing you lots more pageant content in the future. I'll see you soon.